Hello, welcome back to the final episode of Masterpiece May 2026, and today we are talking about Genesis's 1972 masterpiece, Foxtrot. 1972 was a prime year for progressive rock. I already reviewed Close to the Edge from that same year. Pink Floyd had put out Amused by Clouds, I think that's what it was, something by Clouds. Obscured by Clouds, that's what it was. Jesus Christ. Did a whole goddamn completion on them. You'd think I'd figure out the title. Anyway, but Pink Floyd put out Obscured by Clouds, just a whole lot of excellence. But today, the piece of excellence we're looking at is by Genesis. This was the Golden Era lineup. Peter Gabriel on vocals, Steve Hackett on guitar, Mike Rutherford on bass and rhythm guitar and bass pedals and whatever the fuck else. Tony Banks on keys, a lot of them, Mellotron, organ, synth, well, he didn't have synth yet. And of course, Phil Collins on drums. I mean, this album is amazing. It was their third and final album to be done by the artist that did this artwork. I forget his name at the moment, but it is a mighty fine cover, if I do say so myself. Look, as you open it up, it becomes even more magical. Just a fucking great piece of album art, you know? But, yep, so starting off with song number 1, the nearly 7.5 minute masterpiece, that is Watcher of the Sky, starting off with a long organ and mellotron intro that, you know, builds in volume, and then it goes quiet again, and then you hear the intro building up, but then underneath it, Mike Rutherford starts going nuts on this bass like this. And then Phil joins in, and then Steve joins in, and then it explodes into this Watcher of the Skies, Watcher of all. This is the end of man's long union with Earth. That little lyric's a little bit deeper in the song, but this is an alien species looking over planet Earth, looking over the ruins of humanity. A great war or cataclysm or something happened caused by us. Has life again destroyed life? Do they play elsewhere? Do they know more than their childhood games? It's just, brilliant. And it's, philosophical. What will happen to man in the end? What will the aliens think when they see the ruins of our planet? What will happen? What the hell happened here? There's a lyric later on where it's just like, don't let this civilization be remembered for what killed them. Let them be remembered for what they built, for what they achieved, their technological achievements. Just, it is amazing, and it's just such a good opener. I might say it might be Genesis's best opener. Phenomenal. This band knew how to open an album. That at least was consistent through their career. Every opener prepared you for what you were going to listen to on every album. And this is such a masterclass of an opening track. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Song number 2, Timetable, penned by Steve Hackett, the shortest song on the album. This is a song about, the medieval times when men worried more about glory than death. They worried more about how they would be remembered at the end of the day, not just surviving to the next. Like, they wondered about that shit. They also had to worry about surviving to the next day, but it was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just, great philosophical, and it's, it does hint at some of those pop sensibilities that would come in a little bit later on, but It's still pretty great. It's very acoustic. It's pretty acoustic. I think it was Steve Hackett and Tony Banks that wrote this one. But it is a glorious, glorious song, just very nice. And a good follow-up. It slows down the energy a little bit. And now we get to what many consider, and even myself included, this album's weak link, although this song is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. We have the 8.5 minute absolute heavy and crazy and a million things happening while Peter Gabriel is singing the crazy song that is Get 'Em Out by Friday. And it's also really funny when you look up the context of it, because it is satirizing a lot of stuff, and it's also like weirdly relevant today. This song is 8.5 minutes long, and it's about people's houses being destroyed for tower blocks, I guess. And there's modern day parallel where the government seized these people's property. The government's looking to seize people's property for data centers. If this area I'm living on becomes a data center, oh boy, that's gonna suck, isn't it? That's just gonna be god awful. I'll do my best to not let that happen. But pretty cool. It's just, again, people consider it to be the album's weak link because so much stuff happens. Almost more happens in this whole song than happens in a lot of other bands' entire discographies. It is insane how much happens in this song. In this short amount of time, it is nuts. There's also, some satirization where, this is a message from genetic control. It is my sad duty to inform you that they've placed the control on humanoid height. It's gotten so much we can fit more people in this building. Let's make the people shorter. Let's regulate the heights of people. It's just crazy. It is insane, man. And only Peter Gabriel could think of that. Only he at this time could think of that and sell it. But it's also funny. It is one of those classic Genesis comedy songs. It's got commentary going. It is great. I totally forgot what Can Utility and the Coastliners is about. So I guess that's the most forgettable song on this album. Maybe I should have taken notes. Oops. But rest assured, it's a good song. I've heard it a good couple times. So it's just, it is a good one. It is a good one. I just kind of forget what it's about. Flipping over to side 2, starting off with Horizons, a 1.5 minute track solely by Steve Hackett. It's just him strumming away on his guitar. It's just a classical guitar piece. And now we come to the big daddy of this album, the great big granddaddy, going alongside Close to the Edge and Echoes and Tarkus for what is the greatest progressive rock sidelong suite. Let me tell you, it's between this and Echoes. I don't care what you say. It is insane. It is an adaptation of the Book of Revelation. So much happens in all the portions of the song. I mean, starting off with Lover's Leap, it is this song is almost an album in and of itself. It is just holy shit crazy. This album, you could call this album Supper's Ready, and people would know, oh yeah. It's just amazing. The first time I heard it, I was just where has this excellence been? It is one of those kinds of songs, folks. Starting off with Lover's Leap, walking across the sitting room, I turn the television off. Sitting beside you, I look into your eyes as the sounds of motor cars fades in the nighttime. I swear I saw your face change. It didn't seem quite right. And it's, hey babe, with your guardian eyes so blue. Hey my baby, don't you know our love is true? It, like, that is awesome. Like, it's starting off in this calm, like, I don't know what each section is about, but it is wild. Like, and it opens up, super quietly. You just think, oh, like, the first time people listened to this in 1972, they were probably like, oh, yeah, that's neat. And then it starts building and building in almost a Doors-like fashion. It's kind of like the end. It starts building, moving into other, parts. The guaranteed eternal sanctuary man. Can't you feel our souls ignite? Like, it's just, glorious. And again, I wish I could tell you what most of this shit's about. All I know is that it's an adaptation of the Book of Revelation. I've heard this song probably 20 times, and I still don't know all the lyrics. Still couldn't tell you what everything's about. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Icknaton and Itzakon and their band of merry men, I don't know. Like, How Dare I Be So Beautiful? It's just, like, a lot of stuff, a lot of instrumental portions, and then we get to one of the most iconic transitions. We watch in reverence as Narcissus is turned to a flower. A flower? Weep, beep, beep, beep. Should you go down to Willow Farm and look for butterflies, flutterbys, gutterflies, open your eyes. It's full of surprise. Like, it's so theatrically done. If you watch live performance, you can find that shit very easily. I will link one in the description down below. If you watch a live performance of this, you will see Steve Hackett dressing up in Peter Gabriel dressing up in all kinds of ridiculous, batshit insane costumes. Like, most famously, the flower thing. Just, crazy. And then after Willow Farm, we get to Apocalypse in 9/8, in parentheses, co-starring the delicious talents of Gabble Ratchet. Okay, but it hits this, like, really long, like, and it's called Apocalypse in 9/8 because the section's supposed to represent an apocalypse. But Phil Collins, when they were recording, he was like, "Oh, yeah, this is in 9/8," and the band was like, "Oh, shit, all right." And then they named the section Apocalypse in 9/8. Like, it is an absolutely batshit insane section. A lot like the rest of the album. But to me, at least, and I feel like a lot of people, if you've heard Pink Floyd and ELP before this, like I have, this is pretty accessible. Like, you're already used to, long suites. So if you listen to this, after that, like, it is a pretty fucking comfortable transition, but it's still challenging. It's just wild. It is wild. And then the final section, As Sure as Eggs is Eggs, Aching Men's Feet, where they wrap back around to the beginning, that motif. And it's, hey babe, with your guardian eyes so blue. Hey my baby, don't you know our love is true? I've been so far from here, far from your loving arms. And now I'm back again. And babe, it's gonna work out fine. There's an angel standing in the sun. So, like, it wraps back around to the beginning. This could be interpreted as Jesus coming down or God coming down. Like, it is absolutely batshit insane, but it works so incredibly well with remarkable musicianship the whole way through. I haven't highlighted any solos, mostly, like, you know, largely because, like, A, there's a lot of them, but B, they're all so good, and this song deserves to be listened to in its entirety. Like, it is mind-blowing shit. Like, you know, and I know I sound like a drugged-up hippie. I don't do drugs. Music is my drug. You don't need drugs to listen to this shit. Like, it'll make you go, what the fuck? This is way cool without that shit. Alright? Like, it is such a glorious, glorious album, and it fades out just magnificently, and you feel so musically fulfilled by the end of it. It is fucking jizz-worthy. Holy Christ. Go buy it. Go fucking buy it. This song would remain in the band's repertoire up through 1977, which isn't long, you know, comparative to some other songs in their career, but it would remain in their repertoire until 1977, and it was last performed in full by the band in 1982 when Peter Gabriel reunited with them in one show. You know, Steve Hackett's continued to play it in the, you know, decades since, and the band even incorporated it in their old melody in 86, in their old medley in 86. Like, it is such a magnificent album. Go buy it. Used, new, whatever, vinyl, CD, get yourself a copy of this puppy. Because, holy Christ, this album is amazing. And I am happy that I saved it for last on this year's Masterpiece May. A Masterpiece May that also included an album by Nickelback. Oh, man. But thank you all very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like on it. If you have something to add, if you disagree with me, leave that in the comment section down below. If you want to hear me talk about something other than music, I have a podcast with two of my buddies. It's called Dorkies. I will link the latest episode of that in the description down below. And if you want to hear what I happen to be listening to that day, you can follow me on Instagram. I will leave a link to that in the description down below. I post a song on my story there every single day. And with that, I would like to remind you all to stay weird and keep jamming. See you in the next one. Take care.